My name is Jason Fennellis, my partner Mark Durr. We're detectives with the Sheriff's Office. Today we were asked to come by and kind of talk to you guys a little bit about social media, and more specific, I guess, would be sexting. Okay, this is something everybody knows about, everybody's heard of, possibly have participated in it, but nobody wants to talk about. Okay, unfortunately, it's becoming more of a problem, and so we want to make sure that everybody understands, number one, what it is. Number two, what the punishments are, because they're quite severe. And number three, we want to teach you how to be safe and smart about what you do. So what exactly is sexting? All right. Well, I went on the internet, looked up Merriam-Webster, the dictionary, and typed in sexting. And this is what it says: the sending of sexually explicit messages or images by cell phone. Now, the dictionary says by cell phone. But we want you to understand it's not just your cell, all right? Other things such as Dropbox, email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Kik, Snapchat, all of that falls under these statutes, laws, okay? When I say statute, that's what I'm talking about, is a law, all right? So, let's look at this real quick.
Hey, Sarah.
So cute. Do it like I taught. Love the new tattoo, Sarah.
Dude, that's Sarah. The girl in the picture, that's the girl I was telling you about.
Theater 2 on your left. Hey, Sarah. What color underwear today?
Hey, Sarah. So when are you going to post something new?
Anything you post online, anyone can see. So think before you post.
All right, so definitely a little creepy there. All right, so that's the thing we want you to understand, guys, is that once you post something on the internet, or once you send it to somebody, once it's outside of your control, it's exactly that. You've lost control of it. Okay? So who's responsible? What are the consequences? First, let's look at what we're talking about here. Okay? We're talking about cyber crimes. All right? Sexting falls under a statute or a law, a crime known as the exploitation of a minor. Okay? What is a minor? Minor is anybody that is under the age of 18 years old, okay? All sexting is punished as a felony, all right? Now, to kind of explain to you what a felony is, in North Carolina, pretty much generally almost anywhere, we got basically 3 levels of crimes. You got the bottom level, which is what we call infractions. That's you're riding down the road, you're speeding, okay? You get stopped by the cops, they give you a ticket, all right? You cannot go to jail on an infraction. It's pretty simple. Get a ticket, go to court, pay your fine, your insurance goes up just a little bit, you move on with life, okay? So infraction's the bottom. Next level up we would look at is a misdemeanor, okay? A misdemeanor, you can go to jail, or depending on what it is and depending on the officer, you can just get a citation for it, all right? Some things that are misdemeanors are, like fighting, possession of weapons on school campus, those kinds of things, okay? However, if you fight at school or you bring a weapon to school, more likely you're going to get arrested if you're of age, okay? But misdemeanors, it can go either way. The top level of crimes that we have are felonies, all right? Felony, we don't have a choice. Doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in that day, you're going to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. You're going to jail, all right? And then we've got different levels of felonies from A to I. Right? Okay. So as you can see right here, cyber crimes or the exploitation of a minor, every single count is a felony. So we're talking pretty serious stuff here. All right. First degree is a class C, so it's pretty high up there. Second degree is an E, and third degree is kind of the second to the last level of felony, which would be an H. All right. Well, what does all that mean? Those are just letters. That doesn't mean anything. Well, let's look at what this means. Okay. First degree exploitation of a minor. Anyone of any age. I was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, yeah, I got to go to BCA and I got to do this thing on sexting, and was trying to explain it to them. They said, well, yeah, but if they're both under 18 and send it to each other, then it doesn't really count. Not true. Any age. Okay? So anyone of any age who records, photographs, films, materials or visual representations of showing a minor engaged in sexual activity. That is first degree. Look at the punishments. Class C felony, 44 to 182 months in prison. How long is that? that is 3 years, 8 months to 15 years. Not jail, prison. Okay? So, and I want you to understand, guys, where it says right here, sexual activity, okay, we're not just talking about pictures of somebody being shown engaged in sexual intercourse. That's not what we're talking about. Okay? The statute is specific enough to where it says nudity counts as sexual activity. Okay? So those are the kind of pictures we're looking at. So that's first degree. Second degree, again, anyone of any age who distributes, sells, receives, exchanges, or requests material showing minors in sexual acts, 15 to 63 months in prison. That's 1 year, 3 months to 5 years, 3 months in prison. Okay? So those of us that if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you send a text wanting to see a picture, you just requested, that's second degree. Distributes, if you receive one and you're like, oh, hey, look at this, let's forward this to my friends. You just distributed it, second degree. Then we've got what goes down to third degree, which is very simple. Anyone who possesses those is third degree, which goes from 4 months to 2 years and a month in prison. So guys and gals, even if it's just on your phone or just on your computer, you possess it. Well, I didn't ask for it. Doesn't matter. You still possess it. It's on your computer, it's on your phone, you have it. All right? That counts as third degree, which, as you can see, carries punishment in prison. All right? So, the other thing, guys, is, you know, once it leaves your control, okay, you can't control it, guess what? We can't either. A lot of people think that, oh, well, hey, Snapchat, that's that quick, right? It goes, they look at it for a couple seconds, and then it goes away. All right, who in here has an iPhone? Okay. Those of us that don't have iPhones, I want you to look at how quick it is to take a screenshot. You press the home button and the lock screen, boom, like that quick, whatever's on your screen stays. All right? We had a case a couple of months ago where somebody was going back and forth through Snapchat over some damage to property. Okay? This guy thought this stuff was going to disappear. Every single message he sent, the victim was doing a screenshot of her phone, so their entire conversation we had. Same thing with pictures, guys. Okay? Once it goes out there, it's out there. Okay? He's our resident tech guy at the sheriff's office as far as the investigative part goes, and he can't do anything about it. He can find almost anything that you've ever put on your computer or your cell phone, but as far as removing it from the internet is a huge thing. All right? And once it leaves your control, there is no control. All right? So, let's look at another little pretty good video representation of that.
Once you post your image online, you can't take it back. Anyone can see it. Family, friends, anyone. Remember, think before you post.
Okay. So again, guys, once it's out there, I mean, it's just like that. All right? You try to take it down, well, it's already somewhere else. You try to go there and take it down, well, it's already gone to somewhere else. Okay? Once it's there, it's there. There's nothing we can do about it. So how do we fix this? All right? It's accountability. You're responsible for it. It's very simple. Okay? What has the potential to be a very serious problem is a very simple solution. Okay? So let's look at a couple steps here. The first thing is, guys, think about it. Use your brains. Everybody in here has got one. Okay? You've made it to whatever age you are in life, so you're not stupid. Okay? You've been able to make it this far. All right? So think about it. All right? Very, like the minor stuff. You could get kicked off of sports teams, okay? You could be humiliated. All right? You might have sent something that was meant only for your boyfriend or only for your girlfriend's eyes. Okay? They start sharing it around, you're going to be embarrassed by it. Okay? Lose educational opportunities. So we're talking college, military, Even the workforce guys, nowadays employers are going on to people's Facebook pages and they're researching you on Facebook before they hire you. They want to see what you're like outside the job environment. Okay, and what better way to do that than to look at your Facebook page? All right, so if you put it out there, it's going to be seen. If you Google your name, anybody ever done that? You ever Googled your name? Okay, it's kind of interesting what you can find. Okay, so we're not just talking Facebook, again, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, you know, Twitter, all that stuff. They search it, they look for it, they want to see what kind of person you are. It can affect that. And we've already discovered what we're talking about when it comes to the law. Okay? Think about the photo. All right? Never take an image of yourself that you wouldn't want everybody to see. And I don't just mean the people at your school. Okay? Everybody. Okay? Your photos could be seen by your classmates, your teacher, your family, complete strangers. All right? Go back to that very first video. When I first saw that video, I was like, okay, this is okay. And then when she's handing her ticket to the movie guy, and he's like, hey, what color underwear? That is creepy. You agree? Very creepy. Okay? So complete strangers can see this stuff. So keep that in mind. All right? Don't post anything that you wouldn't want the entire world to see, because once you post it, the entire world can see it. All right? Before hitting send, remember, like I said, guys, I've said this a couple times, you can't control where that image may go. All right? You know, what you send a boyfriend or girlfriend could easily end up with their friends and their friends and their friends, so on and so forth. All right? Because guys, at y'all's age, trust me, if somebody wants something, they're going to tell you whatever that you want to hear. Okay? I promise I won't send it to anybody else. Well, they might not send it to anybody else, but guess who? They got like 3 or 4 of their friends sitting around them whenever you send that picture, with their cameras out ready to take a picture of your picture on their phone. Okay? Or they could just straight up lie to you and say, well, I won't send it to nobody. And then they do. If you don't want it out there, don't put it out there. Don't forward the picture. Okay? If you receive something, guys, do not forward it. All right? I know I just told you that having it on your phone is illegal. All right? But what I want you to understand is, if you receive it, do not forward it on. Because if you forward it on, then you're helping to continue that cycle. That bumps it up to second degree. All right? That puts you as much as being an offender or a suspect as it would be the person that sent it to you. All right? So if you receive it, do not send it on. Okay? You could face the child pornography charges, go to jail, or have to register as a sex offender. Okay? So what do you do if you get this on your phone? You didn't ask for it, somebody just sent it to you. Okay? Well, pretty simple. Tell somebody. Okay? If you receive it, tell your teacher, tell your SRO. Tell your SRO you want to talk to me. He'll give you my phone number. Call me. Tell a parent. Tell a counselor. Tell somebody. Okay? Because if this is going on and it's being spread around, this is illegal activity. All right? That's just like if somebody walked up and handed you a bag of drugs. Are you just going to stand there and hold it? Or are you going to keep passing it around to somebody else? No, you're going to tell somebody about it. Okay? So report anything that you receive on your cell phone to an adult you trust. Do not delete the message. All right? Because that's going to help us in an investigation that might come from this image being out there. Okay? So if you receive it, don't forward it, don't delete it, tell somebody. Again, parents, guardians, if you're not comfortable telling your parents about it, I understand that, guys. Tell somebody. You got a great resource here at the school. You got numerous adults in this building that care about you guys. Okay? If they didn't, they wouldn't be here. Tell them about it. Or again, if you want to call us and talk to us directly about it, then fine, do that. But tell somebody, do not get rid of the image. Okay? And do not send it on. All right? So, questions? Whenever you're trying to get hired, that's one thing they're going to start looking at is, do you have a Facebook account? Do you have a Twitter account? If you have those kinds of things, they're going to look on them to see what kind of person you are. If you don't have one of those, then they can't look at it. Pretty simple. It's still out there, right? Okay? You know, I've got a MySpace account from 10 years ago that I haven't touched. It's still there. You can't delete it. Okay? So even if it's there, you haven't touched it, you haven't messed with it, it's still out there. Okay? So if, you know, say you're trying to get into college or you're trying to get into the military or trying to get a job and they search your name, they're going to see a Facebook account. All right? And they might even see what was on there, but if it says, you know, your last post was 2011, okay, then it's going to give them an idea what you were like 3 years ago. Okay? So, and one thing, guys, I want you to understand, because there was some concern after the first presentation. Okay, well, what happens if you had a very, very poor day in judgment and you decided to send out a picture of yourself to your boyfriend or girlfriend? Okay? Well, you just put it out there. Technically, you said that's a crime, right? So why would I come tell you if they're passing it around? Because then I'm going to get in trouble. No. Okay? Guys, the reason the law is out there to try to discourage you from doing it. All right? We all do dumb things. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So if you do something dumb and you send that picture out there and then all of a sudden you realize, oh no, I've got all these people that are telling me they've seen my picture, they've put it on Dropbox or they've posted it through Facebook, whatever it might be. Okay? If you realize that happened, tell somebody. Okay? Come see us. Because if you've sent it out to one person and all of a sudden it's being circulated everywhere, we're going to look at you as the victim. Okay? We're going to investigate it as if you're the victim, and we're going to look and go after those people that are continuing to share that message or that picture. All right? So if you know something that happened, if you did that, let us know. All right? Because, guys, the laws are put in place to, one, discourage you from doing bad things, and certain times to protect you as well. All right? I know at your age, a lot of times you look at the law and you're like, oh, they're just trying to hem me up. It's just another way to get me in trouble. That's not the case here. Okay? If you did that and it causes you some problems, guys, or you're having problems with it, tell somebody, let us look into it. All right? We have a case ongoing in the county right now with Dropbox. Okay? So, you know, it's one of those things that's out there, it's happening, and it's being investigated. And once it gets thoroughly investigated, then charges are going to be dropped on it. And I believe that's the one we've even got the FBI involved on. Okay? That's how serious it is. All right? We've got the federal government assisting us in this kind of case. One thing I actually do want to go back and say, guys, because this question was brought up, what if you delete it off your phone, you delete it off your computer? Well, nothing y'all can really do will truly delete that from your hard drive. Okay? When it comes to your phones, we have this awesome little machine at the sheriff's office that we plug your phone into, and everything that's on your phone, currently seen and deleted, gets downloaded onto a flash drive. And then we plug it into a computer, open it up, boom, we got everything that's on your phone, even if you think you deleted it. When it comes to your hard drives, you go on there and you think, well, I deleted this program or I deleted this picture. Okay, you didn't delete all of it. Okay, he is our cyber crimes, I don't know what they call him. I call him the computer nerd, but
there you go.
He's the guy that if we try to find something on your computer, it goes to him, he can find it.
You can, but it's not going to delete everything that's on there.
What if you break your phone and like you smash your hard drive and stuff?
That's fantastic. If you smash it, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I can't do anything about it, but the Secret Service can. So they have technology that we can't afford, and we'll just send it off to them, and they'll take it out chip by chip and plug it into their computers and pull everything off.
And as I just told you, we've got a local case we've got the FBI in on. All right, we're very good at, if we can't figure it out, we reach out for help. And we know, well, he knows, the various agencies that can do the things we're trying to do. So if we need to reach out, we'll reach out. And plus, by the way, if you break your phone and smash it, that's kind of what we call a clue that you might be involved in it anyway. So that's a slight show of guilt there too.
That is a common defense for these types of cases. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through in the forensic analysis and we're going to determine whether it was a virus or whether it was a person, and then we'll proceed from there. So there are very few instances when we've had cases where a image was put on a computer by a virus. So probably about 99% of the time, it's the person that's done it. So.
And I would assume if there's a virus, there's going to be a trail saying that this is where the virus came from. So if it was a virus, there should be something that leads us to it.
It's a very rare occurrence, but as is the case with if you were to just receive a picture from a friend, let us know. Because that's something that we want to look at and try to trace back and attempt to stop the source.
Yeah, because even if you didn't got it on accident, you're still this one right here, 3rd degree, possessing, okay? So yeah, definitely let somebody know if something like that happens.
It's kind of complicated. It involves a lot of tracing of IPs and various computer bits, and there are forensic tools we can use to determine whether or not it was a hacker.
Bottom line, guys, we want you to be aware of what's going on. We want you to be aware of how serious an issue this is, okay? The easiest way for you to prevent this from becoming a serious issue for yourself is to basically avoid that kind of behavior. And if something does come up where you receive it, then notify somebody, let them know, okay? And that way it can be investigated. And that way those people that are breaking the law by passing this stuff on or by taking these pictures and continuing to do it, we can take care of it. And again, if you accidentally or had a lapse of judgment one day and decided to send something and now it's out of control, let us know. We can help, okay? In that kind of case, we treat you as the victim, not the offender, okay?